Sunday, March 19th, 2023, the fourth Sunday of Lent. In the story of the man born blind, every Christian can easily recognize their own story. Before meeting Christ, the man was blind. Then, the Master gave him his sight. He enlightened him in the water of the baptismal font. It is symbolic of the journey to faith. At the time of Jesus, it was believed that, in his infinite justice, God would reward the good and would punish the wicked in this world, in proportion to their works. To explain the birth of a disabled person, it was assumed that he had sinned in his mother's womb. For Jesus, the blind man is not guilty of any such sin. The method he uses for healing is strange. The mud, saliva. Jesus adapts to the mentality of the people of his time, who believed that saliva is a concentration of breath, of the spirit, of the strength of a person. By breath, the Spirit of Jesus, a new and enlightened man, is born, reminding us of the imagery of the creation of Adam. The blind man is asked to wash in the water of Siloam, meaning sent. The reference to Jesus, the one sent by the Father, is explicit. He is God's water, that which was promised to the Samaritan woman, that which cures the man's blindness. After the healing, even the man's neighbors do not recognize him. The water, which is the word of Christ, has changed him so much and opened his eyes. He realized how meaningless his life has been. It created a new and enlightened man. The starting point of the spiritual journey of the disciple is the awareness of not knowing Christ and feeling the need to know something more. That is why the blind man confesses that he does not know the man who healed him. The position taken by the Pharisees is a reminder of the danger of anyone who starts to know Christ. He clings to his own securities and convictions. He stubbornly refuses any change and will remain a slave to the darkness. On the contrary, the blind man, who is conscious of not knowing, believes that Jesus is a prophet. His parents are afraid to stand by him. It is the story of every disciple. He is no longer understood, is abandoned, and sometimes even betrayed by the people he holds most dear. In his replies to the questions of the authorities, we can grasp the characteristics that distinguish those who are enlightened by Christ. The disciple is free. He does not sell his head to anyone. He says what he thinks. He is a prophet, in spite of the Pharisees pushing him to call Jesus a sinner. The disciple is brave. He rejects any form of subservience. He is not intimidated by those who are abusing their power, when they insult, threaten, and resort to violence. The disciple is sincere. He does not renounce faith and is committed to the truth even when this is uncomfortable or not welcomed by those who are at the top, those who are used to getting approvals and applause. May we be like this blind man. May we be disciples enlightened by Christ so we can follow him in freedom, fortitude, and truth.